Gracious, what is it that you're doing? It's Friday. It's Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got shit to do. At least it feels that way sometimes. I just had, once again, I just had somebody reschedule. So my calendar opened up. I was going to be all booked all afternoon. And then my calendar opened up. So I was like, this is like my new thing, is if someone cancels or reschedules or can't show up or whatever, I'm just going to come hang out with you guys for the time that I had booked on my calendar. It's literally booked off and no one wants to take it. Well, then I'll just share myself with y'all. I have no idea what I'm going to say. I just put out a video about alcohol being a personality. Hello, a few weeks sober now. Dude, that's amazing. A few weeks sober is the exact same as a few years sober. Hey, how to book you? For what? Like, for a book signing? Like, what do you mean book me? But are you talking about, like, you want to get on my calendar? Just go to my website, the link in the bio, and then hit apply. I amazing human that I had a conversation with yesterday. 32 days sober. Oh my goodness gracious. 675? Dude, when are you going to stop counting? Goodness great. You can't get more sober than sober. You've been 100% sober since day 4. So are you making those days count, man? Are you focusing on your recovery, or are you just counting days? Because look, sobriety sobriety guarantees nothing. It guarantees nothing. Like nothing. Like you can get sober and go hit by a truck. But if you had a good day before you got hit by that truck, then that's a successful day in sobriety. What's your bio? It's when you go to my page, when you click my name and go to my page and you have all 3,800 videos there. It'll say, discover a life beyond sobriety, more powerful than AA, rehab, and therapy. And then there's a website that says beyondsober.org. Click on that. And then in the menu, Tina, what's up, girl? In the menu, you'll see apply. You'll see everything. I have another website that I'm currently building called Sober Not Sober, which will be a little bit more sophisticated, simplistic landing page for everything. So you guys can go get like a sober shirt or a sticker. You'll be able to join into any one of the programs that I've designed. I'm currently looking at another program right now. That's what's had my attention. I quit drinking, but I'm still sad. That's because alcohol causes depression. Amplifies anxiety, lowers your mental and physical health, even your spiritual health. So you may have been sad and started drinking, but you are extremely sad because you've been drinking. Alcohol is an actual literal poison. It rots your body from the inside out. Remember, alcohol doesn't just sit in your stomach. Like, we don't just, like, this isn't just, where do you think urine comes from? Like, this is weird. Don't cancel me. Where do you think it comes from? You think it comes from your stomach? How does it show up? Oh my God, one of my favorite songs, Breaker Breaker. Where do you think it comes from? It's excreted, extrapolated from your blood, dude. Urine, the thing you expel out of your body, it comes from your blood. So does alcohol. That's the crazy stuff. I thought it came from my stomach. No, hell no. So it's pulled out of your blood, and then it goes into your bladder as a reservoir, and then it needs to secrete it. It needs to get rid of it, right? That's the trippy part. Most things are extrapolated out of your blood. Sunday is 1 year. That's 365 days of amazingness. Mama Wolves. Hey, that's an appropriate TikTok name right there. Now we know exactly who you are. Sheila, right? That's dope. I think it's so, I'm not sure what that means. That's wild. I never knew that. Yeah, the more we know, right? Honestly, because think about this. This even goes back into, like, I'm looking at a module here in the labelless, the unlabeled sobriety program, and it says mindfulness and triggers, man. Had we known better, we would have done better. Mama Wolf's in the building. What's up, girl? Had we known better, we would have done better. So think of it like this. Had you known this information, you would have done things a little bit differently. An example that I could think of right this second is a close friend of mine that I used to party with, right? As I continue to grow and expand and get healthier and more open and receptive and peaceful, I start to notice that people from my past start to see my content and go, that's not the same person. But this version of him could actually help me. And without going into too much detail, her little brother took himself out on the street of Las Vegas. He was a genius. He took himself out when he was 18 years old. And it was extremely detrimental, man. Like, it rocked our community, man. You're annoying, talk about something else. Have you ever thought about listening in a different way? You know, you can go to the mirror. The interesting part about being annoyed is it's your fault. Because I am neither annoying, nor am I entertaining, nor am I boring, nor am I ecstatic. Every single thing you think, see, and feel is directly your fault. If you are not entertained, it has absolutely nothing to do with me. And as a matter of fact, I've turned this conversation into something incredibly entertaining. I'm encouraging you to shut your fat ear holes or design a perspective in which you could see through the two fucking hats and generate an actual mindset that can comprehend the fucking value that pours out of my stupid Pauly Shore face. It's your fault. Everything in your life is your fault, including your happiness. So if you're so miserable that you can't handle the fucking truth, then I'm encouraging you to go find a bridge and cry under that bitch and beg for somebody to give a shit. Because we don't. We just don't. Just because you exist doesn't mean we care. I care about you feeling good. Because the better you feel, the less shit I have to deal with. For my own selfish needs. I want you to take care of yourself so I don't have to deal with your miserable ass. That's what we all want for everybody. If we're all happy, and if I'm taking care of me, that means I am taking care of you. And if you're taking care of you, that means you are taking care of me. And this flows 100% back into mindfulness and the story that I was telling, which is not meant to be entertaining. It just is. If you'd like to do something with it, like extrapolate, that's a good word I like to use today, extrapolate the meaning and find perspective and create value out of it and apply it to your own life, then this is the story for you. But if you are an infant and you're looking for reasons to be annoyed, perturbed, disgruntled, slapped in the face, then I'm encouraging you to stick around because I'm going to verbally assault you with value. Are you ready for this shit? Had we known better, we would have done better. And her little brother took himself out at 18 years old. He was a literal genius, like high IQ. Unfortunately, the people with higher IQs are very prone to seeing the world in such a strategic and specific way that they are really good at capitalizing on all the problems. And so there's a lot of geniuses that don't want to be around. A lot of geniuses that find themselves in deep states of depression because of how accurate and amplified their mind capabilities are. And it becomes overwhelming, and they struggle to get out of that. So remember this, man. Just Robin Williams, he was a genius too, man. He took himself out. And the truth of it is his comedy was a reflection of the depression that he had, man. So he had such a great IQ, so intuitive, so expansive, so creative. He was actively stepping into those roles as a coping mechanism from the amount of deep-rooted depression that he had. So with that said, my homegirl Lonnie, her little brother took himself out. She ended up drinking for 14 years. 14 years she drank that pain, man. And she I don't know if she became addicted. I know she started doing other stuff because we used to party, we used to take drugs. And so that's how we all knew each other. And so we all lost contact with each other for 10, 15 years or whatever. 10 years at least. And in the 14-year gap since his death, she's been punishing herself in an attempt to process her emotions, how much love she had for her little brother. She's the older sister, man, so that was extremely detrimental. What she didn't know was that she was going to spiral because she didn't know any better. Because she was the older sister, and I believe she just told me that the day before she had gotten a tattoo either with him or of his name. Trisha, this is something that you would connect with 100%, girl. And her having to deal with that, go through the funeral, go through making all the arrangements, all of those things. He used to drink with us, he used to party with us, and all that stuff. And then, like, one of our favorite people, one of our favorite people took themselves out, man, and it was completely unexpected. And so she, once again, didn't know how to handle that, so she started drinking. We all started drinking. We all continued drinking. We all accepted the world to be, it's a shitty, horrible, violence, aggressive, chaotic space, and it's happening to us. And the only way to escape this just unbearable world is to jump into the illusion of peace. And the quickest route for all humans is not meditation. That takes practice. It is drugs and alcohol. So if we could stop feeling the pain, then we could step into the illusion that things will be okay. It gives us just a tiny bit of hope in a world that feels like it's crumbling. Every single day, man, if all we're paying attention to is how bad everything is and how horrible things feel and all the things we don't like, then that goes into absolutely every single aspect, which flows specifically into what's his face going, when are you going to say something that's not annoying? You're annoying. Talk about something else. Motherfucker, you're the reason, you are the reason it is annoying. You look for things to be annoyed at. As a matter of fact, off topic but on topic, Trisha, you know this. Some dude just said, is alcohol the reason you dress like a douchebag? I fucking hate Facebook. God damn it. It just brings out the worst in people. Oh my goodness. I'm like telling you like how to take care of yourself. And it's like, is it the 2 hats? Is it the alcohol? Did the alcohol make you dress like a douchebag? Maybe. Shit, I've been dressing like this since I was a little girl. I like this shit. I like my 2 hats. This is medicine. Bro, I don't give a fuck. But that's what people like to do. So Pauly Shore 2.0, that's the thing, dude, is so many people focus on this and say, think, and feel Pauly Shore. Even Pauly Shore does. Before they actually attach to the message. And so there's like this barrier that I have to break through before people go like, he's not just a face. He actually brings value to the table. And you have to break through an entire lens and perspective. You got to look at that, man. Of all the things that you could possibly say, you're pointing out what you see. Interesting. Like it matters. It doesn't matter what you see. It matters how you interpret that and what you do with that information. Because most of us, when we look at something, we're looking to tell that person how awesome they are. How fucking phenomenal their hair looks, dude. How incredible of a mother they are. How well they're doing in sobriety. We want to bring a smile to their face, man, especially when it's difficult for them to generate one. That's why happy, healthy people want to see other people happy and healthy. This is why I go and reach out to random people that I've been following just to check in with them and make sure that they're not pulling a Robin Williams, man, and suffering in silence and go like, hey, man, I saw your TikTok. Just want to let you know I'm thinking about you. That is appropriate messaging, man. That actually moves the world forward and amplifies your energetic state. And people enjoy being around people like that. And unfortunately, those that are the least compatible with people like myself and those in the Beyond Sober community are the ones that find joy and peace in being the reason there's chaos. Which is not a problem. You keep being you, because you're showing me exactly who I don't want to be and exactly what I don't want. This is why we look into our past, we look at our situations, we look at our relationships and go, I have so much love for that circumstance because it taught me everything I didn't want. It taught me everything that I needed to feel. It taught me everything I do want. This is why we're never failing. Even in death, we're never failing. We're learning what doesn't work. We're learning what we don't like. We're learning how to manage these emotions and these circumstances, not so we can prevent them, but so we can process them because it's a part of life. They're going to pop up, man. You're going to get triggered. Somebody's going to say some shit and you're going to choose to be annoyed by it. That's a lot of people who are annoyed by a lot of shit like to drink alcohol and take drugs and do all these things because it helps them disconnect by how annoying they are. You got to remember this. Alcohol and substances don't make things entertaining. They help us disconnect from what gets our attention. So if I don't know how to entertain myself, then alcohol is going to make me feel like I'm not boring. It removes my awareness to how blatantly obvious that I'm boring. I'm the most boring. Look at it like this. There's absolute perspective. In this room right now, I'm the most boring person in here, but I'm also the most successful, the most abundant, the most expressive, the most creative, the healthiest. I'm the happiest by far. I'm the most peaceful person in this room. I'm the most peaceful person I know because I don't know many people. But that's the reality with these perspectives and these truths, right? So when we're attempting to escape an emotion, we're not attempting to escape an actuality. We're attempting to escape a perspective. I know that I suck at entertaining myself, so when I drink, I just don't think about how boring I am. The absence of the thought that I am boring is the illusion of me being entertaining or things having character. It's easier for me to have a good time when I'm not paying attention to how boring I am. That's what alcohol does. That's the illusion. And that's the personality that alcohol provides, which is the video that I just put out. So going back into that story as it relates to everything, she punished herself for 14 years. And then I popped up on her FYP. I popped up on her FYP as she was like 15 days sober. Like she's been drinking alcohol to black out for 14 years. She's a nurse. She's amazing. She helps people whose livers are failing in the ICU. She's the medical response. She's a high-end RN, also struggling with substance abuse. And it's incredibly humbling to know that she's seen the progress. And she goes, of all people that could possibly pop up in my world right now is the one person that's died, come back, and is closer to where my brother is than I'll ever be. Another way of saying that is because I died from liver failure and I've been to the other side and I know what it's like and I know what it's like to come back and I know what to expect. I technically, from an energetic and experience level, are closer to where he is now. I understand him more because I died than I ever did when he was alive. And it's because of that I'm able to help her through this space and help her step further into these absolutely beautiful and unique perspectives. What happens when you die? Did you see anything? Yeah, man, I became everything. I am God, dude. Like, just so everyone likes to talk about Jesus and shit. Jesus, maybe it's a dude, but when you die, you don't, there's no heaven, there's no hell. This is, once again, this is my personal experience, and I got a book right there called Journey of Souls, which is documented through hypnotherapists of 40 years of talking to people through their death experiences on exactly what happens. I saw the tunnel, I saw the light, I saw the transition, I wasn't human anymore. All of my fears, anxieties, worries, thoughts, emotions, everything disappears, dude. You're not human. Like, all the shit that you worry about right now, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Your anxiety doesn't change anything. It literally... Can I buy it? Yeah, go look up Journey of Souls on Amazon. It's like $7 for like the paperback. They also have Journey of Souls as an audiobook on YouTube. Absolutely phenomenal. And this book is of a professional hypnotherapist that has been hypnotizing his patients with permission who have died and come back. And what he does is it's raining! Woo! Yeah! Dude, the thunder woke me up last night. It was so fucking awesome. I had some crazy dreams too. I had a dream that this dude hit his head and started bleeding. First time I saw blood in my dreams. And I helped him to the hospital. It was really crazy. Really interesting dreams lately. Really interesting stuff. Yeah, I had that in hospice. Fabulous. 100%. This is where, like, people who are in hospice going through their transition period are having this absolutely phenomenal transition experience. And Hospice News, Penny, she talks all about that stuff. I live in Nashville, so it just started pouring. It just started raining. It's been dark all morning, and I'm so stoked. My last name is Rain. Anyway, so all that is like the reason why I build these programs and the reason why I focus so heavily on physical health, mental health, spiritual health is because the peace that you're going to experience when you transition is unlike anything you could ever possibly imagine. And it's because I was gifted peace, the removal of everything. When you are not your body, dude. You are not your thoughts. Jay, what up? You are not your thoughts. You are not your feelings. You are not your past. You are not your future. You are not anything that you think you are. We go like, oh, I'm a victim. I'm a this. I'm an alcoholic. I am sober. I am all this shit. You're fucking not, dude. You're just not. You're not even human. You are a being, an energetic force in a human body doing human things. That's the best you could do, is be a fucking human. And at the base of your human existence, you deserve to be happy. You're not supposed to be punishing you. The world's not supposed to be fucking making things more difficult for you. All of these things are here to help you get as close to the most expansive and beautiful energetic experience you could possibly have here on Earth. Because we're all here to learn. We're all here to study. Some of us have been gifted through a series of unfortunate events experiences that are literally so indescribable, we have to usher people and guide people into experience something close to that, just so they could understand how amazing this life is. Every time we take a sip of alcohol, we're seeking something greater. We're seeking peace. Every time we take a substance, man, we're attempting to escape something we don't like or step further into something that we do prefer. What we do prefer is always less of what we don't want. What we do prefer is always less of what we don't want. This is why we're stuck under the perspective of, just because I didn't have a bad day, it means I had a good day. Just because I'm not in pain today means today is a good day. There's a difference between not having shit and having a bunch of magic. Not feeling pain isn't feeling good. And so this is where our illusions and our human objectives get in the way of truth. You're allowed to feel good even with a death in the family. You're allowed to be happy even on a bad fucking day. You're allowed to be creative and expansive even when you don't feel that well, right? Son of a bee, everything's real. That's awesome. I love that. What I've been using lately, Jay, you're not sober, bro. You're alive. That's what it is. And that's talking to my homegirl, Lonnie. That's what I was telling her yesterday. I was like, hey, dude, you're not sober. You're 30 days not drinking. So technically, if you still want to drink, then you're sober. Because this is what sober means. Sober means you still want to drink, but are choosing not to. You still prefer to have alcohol in your life, but you can't because of control or whatever. So if you don't drink alcohol and you don't have a problem with alcohol and you have no idea, you have no inkling to drink, you can't be sober. You literally can't use that definition. I mean, you can, but it's incorrect because you just don't drink. You can't be sober from something you don't consume. And that's what Sober Not Sober and the Beyond Sober program is all about. Working you so far through your sobriety, you can't even use that term anymore because it's no longer an accomplishment. Sober remains amazing and can stay as this accomplishment as long as you remain the exact same person. If you're still struggling with alcohol and the greatest achievement that you've ever accrued is not drinking or not consuming, then hang on to that as long as you possibly can. Because the truth is, if you remain the same person, then that means you're using your willpower not to drink. And technically, you're not just sober, you're in between drinks. Until you put in enough energy into actually recovering, which is becoming someone without toxic behavior, then what happens is, until you evolve into someone else, you're just counting up days that you may lose, quote unquote. You can't lose sobriety, by the way. But what I'm saying is, if you're the same person just not drinking, and sobriety is the peak of your accomplishments, then every single day you don't drink is just another day you might lose because you may have another drink. Still going? Yeah, Dodzilla. This is the guy that never shuts up. You know what's interesting? This is the channel that never shuts the fuck up. You know, and the reason why is because the channel is designed to spit fucking truth and facts. I love this. I love being the person that you get to hate on today. I love that I'm the face that's embedded into your energetic force that reminds you how fucking sick you are. I love that it's me that you're choosing to share your energy with. I love that my energy is so attractive to you that you literally can't not comment. By saying something else, you are agreeing on all parts of you that you have an addiction to my energy, and you literally have no control over yourself. So continuing to respond, to comment, to point out that I'm still talking, still communicating, still spitting facts, and still showing my homegirl, ahimsa, is that how you say it? Love? Is an absolute truth and knowing this. And we all get to bask in the fact that you have no control over yourself. That's cool. Thank you for being exactly who we all don't want to be, man. I appreciate you. I look forward to you sticking around. Hopefully there's a couple tears in your eye because there's 138 people here watching your inability to shut the front door. I love it. How do you have a life differently with cirrhosis? Cirrhosis isn't a death sentence unless it kills you. So before I talk about cirrhosis, let me finish that stuff up. And so that's the thing is it took 14 years for her to basically stop punishing herself or learn the lesson that she needed to. Somewhere she realized that she can't continue ignoring the emotion. She can't continue pushing it down or attempting to disconnect from the truth with a substance that's painting an artificial reality for her. It may be more pleasurable for her to not think about how much she cares about her brother, but drinking the memory and the pain away isn't doing the love she has for him due diligence. It's disrespecting the love. That's the thing. When we drink because of a pain, when we drink because of a relationship, when we drink because of a death, when we drink these pains away, what we're really saying is, I deserve to be the one in pain, not you. It's my love for you that is so powerful that I can't even handle it. You know what grieving is, y'all? Grieving is simply the unexpressed love we had for that person. When we go through a breakup, when there's a death in the family, a loss of a friend, a disconnection with alcohol, there's a love that we didn't get a chance to express. We never got a chance to say all of the things that we really felt, express all of the feelings that have always been there. So what happens is we have this unexpressed love that accumulates into the feeling of pain. I'm in so much pain. I'm grieving so hard. I'm mourning the loss, which is another way of saying you're loving the connection you had. You're expressing the love you didn't get a chance to share with them. And the coolest part about mourning is once you give yourself permission to feel the feelings, you start to realize the type of love that you have, the type of energy that you wish you could have shared. You didn't do anything wrong because you couldn't share that love. Lonnie's grieving. She's been grieving for years, but she was afraid to feel the feeling. She lost her little brother, man. Damn. Like that, that's bananas. We all lost that dude. And we all didn't know any better. We didn't know that we were manipulated. We didn't know we were manipulating ourselves. We didn't know what these emotions were. We didn't know how to handle it. But what we practiced was just, if you don't feel the feeling, you'll be fine. But what someone never told us is our emotions can't hurt us. Our brains are not going to explode because we can feel a feeling. To ignore our emotions is to ignore the fact that we are human. These are our guiding forces. These are our energetic revelations that help us make decisions like dropping fire. You had to think a thought and feel a feeling to do a thing. I said something that you gave yourself permission to feel, which is called a trigger. I said something, you got triggered in a positive way, and you decided to slang some fuego. That is amazing, dude. Because other people, I say something, and then they get triggered so heavily that their addiction to negativity kicks in, and they have to talk shit to someone they've never met and would never say anything to in person. They would never do that. That's an inverted trigger. That's a reflection of how sad and upset and disconnected and perturbed and angry and just vile that person is through no fault of their own. But then there's the opposite, which is what you're expressing here, going like, hey man, here's some love. What you say makes sense. What you say is a reflection of who I am and what I feel. And even if it's not 100% true, I enjoy expressing that because I know it's appropriate for my love, for my respect, for my perspective. This is why we like things. This is why we have almost 10,000 likes here. It's because we are triggered into a positive response. I'm giving you permission to express yourself, whether it's good or bad. If it's something negative, then I'm going to take that information and flip it on your face. And then we're all going to learn from how sick you are. But I'd rather take this information and show us all how well we are, how what we're doing is changing ourselves, changing our world, shifting our perspectives. It's helping the people around us. Holy crap, it's raining balls, dude. Hang on, let me see if I can show you this. This is fucking crazy. It is coming down. Can I disconnect this? All right, I'm going to flip the camera around. Hang on, check this out. No, I don't want to end that. Can I flip it around? Double tap, maybe? No? Where's... Can I flip the camera around? Where does it go? Hang on. Where's the button? There used to be a button where I could turn the camera around. Pause live. No. Where is it? There's no way. Okay, I'll just show you. Check this out. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like pouring down. Look at that. It is well with my soul. Dude, it is straight crack-a-lackin'. I absolutely love this, dude. I love this. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Remember this. I'm not happy because it's raining. I was happy and it started raining. Remember this. We don't go to the gym because we hate ourselves. We go to the gym because we love ourselves. The rain isn't making me feel anything. I'm choosing to express my happiness with that rain. I love this weather. It's so calming. I've got these like Tibetan bells going on this whole time, and it's just so chill. I'm listening to rain, and I'm just like typing stuff, creating content, writing articles, doing all that stuff, and just being with me. Great meditation this morning, all that stuff. And everything is what you make it, man. There's a lot of people, a lot of people who practice being sick. There's a lot of people who practice being sick that would take this exact same circumstance and go, this is boring. I need to do something. You're not entertaining enough. Something needs to happen. I need to watch a movie. I need to do this. I can't sit with myself. I can't do this stuff. Right? Everything is what you make it. If you want to be entertained, look at the trees. They look like they fucking dancing, bro. Like, this is crazy. Everything's a toy if you play with it. Right? For real. And these trees are just going banana sandwiches. They're all naked. Like, they have no leaves. They're the most naked trees I've ever seen. They're just dancing in the wind, dude. You're allowed to be entertained for no reason. Nothing. It's entertaining because I choose to be entertained. Like, it's just fucking trees blowing in the wind. But I choose to look at them like they're having a conversation. Like they're just doing what trees do. They're just dancing in the wind. Happiness looks weird to unhealthy people, just so you know. You're allowed to be silly. Nobody's stopping you from enjoying yourself. As a matter of fact, if we all just stop taking life so fucking seriously, we could watch the trees dance and then go dance. I was dancing. I was doing handstands this morning in the spare room, dude. I was doing spins and shit. It was super fun. And then I hit my foot and I said, nope, this room's too small. How can you wake up in a very hard addict that is in deep denial? They wake themselves up, man. Like, unfortunately, you can't force someone to give a shit, and you can't force someone to wake up. Because you have to remember this. This is a good topic. Any of us that have used any type of substance aren't choosing addiction. We're choosing survival. In addiction, our denial is part of our safety features. We need to deny the fact that we're hurting ourselves because we're under the illusion that we're helping our body. We are under the illusion that what we're doing is good. So to accept the fact that it is wrong is another way of saying, I am wrong. I'm choosing wrong. I'm hurting me. No, I'm the one saving me. I'm the one saving me. Don't tell me that what I'm doing isn't working because I'm the one saving me. I feel better. I feel safer. I feel more cognitive. When someone's in an addiction, they're not choosing the addiction. They're choosing survival. They're trying to survive their thoughts. They're trying to survive their pains. They're trying to survive their environment. So if we're attempting to approach someone as if their entire world is incorrect, they are going to defend that world. Period. They will defend that world. We will all defend our world. Because it's not just a toy. It's not just someone taking your toy away. It's someone taking your life away. It's someone taking your whole world away. If your whole world is the only thing that you've ever known, then you better bet I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight. I'm going to hang on to that. But the perspective here, and this is why the longer we're under the influence, the less in reality that we're even capable of understanding. If you take the only thing that I've been using to process my thoughts, feelings, and actions with, and that specific substance or that thing or that person is the reason why I feel safe in the world, then not only are you taking something I love away, you're taking something I prioritize away, and you're taking my illusion away. You are literally forcing me to experience the world in the opposite of which I have created it. If the world, listen to this, if the world was as safe and expansive and constructive and progressive as it appears under the influence, we wouldn't fucking drink. We wouldn't drink. We wouldn't do this. How many times y'all gonna tell me I look like Pauly Shore, dude? We know this. So that's the thing. If the world appeared the way it is under the illusion, then we wouldn't need to escape anything. The trippy part is, it is that. We just don't practice seeing it that way. The world is exactly the way you want it to be. Hey, I'm new, be nice. I'm telling you, man, I've gone viral for looking like Pauly Shore. I've millions of views. Even today in this conversation, like 4 people? Oh my God, Pauly Shore. So I must be reaching a new audience because a whole new amazing group of people are going like, it's Pauly Shore thinks I look like Pauly Shore. Like, he's commented on my stuff and he's like, dude, you really do kind of look like me. I'm like, yeah, bro. He even found me on Facebook. Pauly Shore, dude, his best friend Andy Dick once licked the entire right side of my face. Just licked the whole thing when I was DJing at this bar, dude, in 8 years ago or some shit. Is Pauly Shore Pauly D? No, actually. So I'm guessing that because you don't know who Pauly Shore is, that you are Gen Z. Pauly Shore had a series of movies, comedies, In the Army Now, Biodome, Son-in-Law, Encino Man with, what's his name? Who's Brendan Fraser? These movies changed the world, dude. You rock the sobriety soundtrack. Thank you. And dude, those movies changed the world, dude. They were so awesome. I don't know Pauly Shore and I'm 30. Okay, yeah. So if you type in Pauly Shore, you'll recognize it. Pauly Shore is Gen X. I am a millennial old, so I was born in 85. So I was raised with all that stuff. I remember Blockbuster. Just hit 8 months. Holy shit. Encino, man. Hell yeah, dude. No reason to juice. Yeah, that was when I first jumped on TikTok. That was how I first started, I would say, getting views or getting traction. Is because 81, hell yeah. Is because someone pointed out, when I was a kid, dude, when I was 14, people used to say I looked like Pauly Shore, say I sounded like him. And then TikTok happened. 20 years later. And then someone was like, oh my God, you look just like Pauly Shore. I was like, oh my God. 75, dude, that's amazing. 76? Hell yeah. That's badass, man. And then I was like, there's no way. I forgot that I look like Pauly Shore, dude. And then I started creating Pauly Shore content. And then I actually started getting some decent views here on TikTok. And I tried to surf that wave as long as possible. And I did all these skits. I did requests. I did all that stuff. And then as I was getting healthier, getting more fit, everyone was like, you look like Vin Diesel, and Pauly Shore had a baby. So my TikTok name was Vin Weasel. And I ran with that for months and months and months. And then it was in between the Pauly Shore bits that I started seeing people practicing alcoholic behavior here on TikTok. Kids shotgunning, Mountain Dew on the beach, the Don't Make a Face challenge, the all kinds of different kids, infants doing the dumbest shit, and people trying to take mixed drinks, people dying here on TikTok, overdosing on alcohol, straight up poisoning themselves to death live on TikTok. And I was like, dude, I'm an ex-alcoholic, a liver failure survivor. I died from doing what you're doing. What you're doing is doing exactly what an alcoholic would do, which is where it became so apparent that most of society has no idea the dangers of alcohol. They have no idea what the thought patterns and practices and neurological and biological responses to a carcinogen actually does. They have no idea what liver failure looks like. They have no idea what alcoholism looks like. They don't know that you turn bright yellow. They don't know that your eyes turn bright yellow. They don't know that you swell up. They don't know that you look dead. They don't know that you they don't know this stuff. And so it became more important for me to educate and bring awareness around effective alcohol consumption, but more importantly, the dangers of doing it incorrectly. Because everyone thinks they're built different and then they die. And unfortunately, they take that thought all the way to the most painful experience they've ever had in their entire life. And then they measure the pain of dying from alcohol against the trauma that they ensued that made them want to drink. And they go, the pain that I'm experiencing right now while dying from poison is 1,000 times worse than all of my pain combined. So we think we're drinking the pain away when we're actually drinking the pain into existence. Because alcohol is rotting our body from the inside out. It's a disinfectant. It's an actual poison. It is a literal carcinogen that causes 7 types of cancer, man. It causes early Alzheimer's, man. Like, it's brain, like, we don't even get it. Like, and part of that is going, well, I'm depressed, so I drink. Well, you're depressed because you drink. Well, I drink for my anxiety. Bro, you have anxiety because you drink. I drink for my trauma. The trauma in your past isn't touching the trauma you're causing in your body. I drink because of my mental health. Your mental health is lowering with every single sip. So we think we've been indoctrinated and conditioned to thinking that alcohol is the solution when it is the problem. Cognitive issues. Brain fog, dude. It took me, goodness gracious, I've been practicing thinking for years, 6 years. And within the last year, I finally have created a pattern of thought that allows me to remember things. I used to get made fun of. Even my former fiance used to be so upset because I didn't remember so many things. And then she indoctrinated me into thinking that I had bad memory, so I just accepted that shit. And then once I realized that as soon as I start saying I have good memory, my brain is going to start practicing in a different way. As soon as I started writing new codes, firing and wiring new thoughts and new feelings and new actions and new practices, that I eventually learned how to remember complete blackouts. I learned how to apologize for things that I cognitively wasn't even there for. Drank so much. I did what? Oh shit, I remember that 6 years later. I could apologize now because they've been in pain for that long. But that's the whole trip. So we 85% of every single problem you have in your life, and it doesn't matter if your nails aren't looking so pretty, if you look in the mirror and you start noticing your mole, your booger mole more, doesn't matter if it's communication in your family, if it's your job, if your kids aren't talking to you the way that you thought that they would, if your diet's not doing well, if you're gaining a little bit more weight, if it's harder for you to do all this shit, 85%, if not more, of those problems go away and fix themselves just by not drinking. All that weight you're struggling to get rid of, dude, those are empty calories that you've been consuming for years. There's no amount of exercise that's going to get rid of that weight if you're still drinking alcohol. If you still have poison, not only are you making your liver work harder, but what it is working on is breaking down alcohol instead of all that fat. So you could run for years and never lose a single pound just because alcohol is in your diet. It is so incredible what happens when we just choose to prioritize our health. And it doesn't mean change your whole life. Look, dude, if you're going to drink like you care about tomorrow, man. That's it. Like, one less is less poison. It doesn't mean more pleasure. It doesn't mean you're improving your health. It just means you're not hurting yourself anymore. Every single aspect of our life is directly affected by alcohol. And here's why. This goes back to what I was saying earlier. Alcohol isn't sitting in your belly. It's not sitting in your belly. Literally every aspect of my life has improved since I stopped drinking. 100%. You want to know why? Because alcohol is in your fucking brain. Excuse my language. Single shot method, what? I love the single shot method. Was a key piece too. Fuck yeah. Alcohol is in your brain. It's in your brain. It's like wearing glasses. Imagine, you know how you have shades? Like summertime, you put your shades on. And then, like, when you first put them on, they're like, whoa, this is really dark. And then your eyes adjust. Hey, Kurdy, what? Your eyes adjust to it, and then everything just looks normal. That's the same with alcohol. So even when we're not drinking, alcohol is still in our body. Because it takes 4 days for alcohol to process out of our bloodstream. Your blood goes everywhere. Everywhere. It affects everything. All of your organs, all of your everything. It's directly impacting your thoughts. It's directly impacting your feelings. It's directly impacting your actions even when you're not drinking. Because if you've never gone 100% sober, then you haven't been sober. You don't know what it's like to live a life without being under the influence in one way or another. So once you get to 4 days, your doctor will say, dude, you're clinically sober. It means that any amount of thought, feeling, or action that you have right now is accurate. And it is, if you still have a problem after 4 days, then it's something for us to consider. But if you've been drinking alcohol casually or extensively, then simply not drinking is probably going to curve all the reasons you're at the doctor's for. Absolute fact. This is why they do it. I talk to doctors and nurses. Dude, they're trying to fly me out to fucking Reno to go talk to an entire group of nursing staff, right? And actually do conferences and shit because people don't even understand this information, right? So we look at this and go like, if you can give yourself 4 days to just let the toxins get out of your body, then you can actually see where you are. Based on that information, if you don't like where you are, then every single decision that you make is in the opposite direction of where you don't want to be. But what happens is so much of us, we go like, oh, I don't like this feeling when I'm sober. And the only way to get out of this feeling is to not be sober. And so we make it worse. We take a drink. We put it back in our system. One sip of alcohol affects how we drive. It affects what we say. It affects what we think. It affects how we eat. It affects how we relate to ourselves and other people. This is why people who drink alcohol just to relax don't know how to relax. They don't. They've never been in that position. They've been under the illusion of peace, but that's not relaxation. It's actually disrupting your nervous system and then numbing you at the same time and giving you a perspective that you don't have 1,000 thoughts. You do. You have millions of thoughts. As a matter of fact, on average, you're thinking about 40,000 thoughts a day. Did I have a transplant? I didn't, because of the amount of work that I've done since I died. Lots of people in my condition need to have a liver transplant, and that's because they just sit around waiting to get better. And I realized that time isn't what heals. Healing is what heals. And that I need to put energy into saving my own mind and saving my own body. So I left AA. And for the last 6 years, I've been drinking more water. I've been exercising every single day. High protein, low sodium diet. I meditate now for the past 3 years every day. I don't surround myself with shitty people. I don't think unhealthy thoughts. Tina Madlib's in the building. What up, baby girl? Oh, man, I want to watch you rearrange your kitchen. Dude, if you guys aren't following Madlibs, she is just a beacon of light. God damn it. She's so amazing. Like, she's a straight up Broadway SNL fucking star. We are all graced with Madlib's presence right now, dude. Like, she is a gift. That's why it's the present, dude. She has arrived, man. You see Tina Madlib's in the building, dude, you definitely want to give her some love. You definitely give her a follow. We all have the beautiful ADHD brain, and we all just, oh my heavens, we all just, like, Tina, you're like cleaning your house and doing all these things. I'm like, that's me, dude. Thankfully, I live by myself, so no one gets to watch me dirty my kitchen while I'm cleaning it. And so I get to laugh at myself. Thank you so much for the lollipops. And that's the thing, I reward myself with sugar, too. I got popsicles and shit. I got these fruit snacks. They're good for you, though. But that's the whole trip, this is why we practice thinking. This is why I meditate. This is why I calm my mind, calm my thoughts. I focus on my energy. I focus on all these very specific elements of my body and my mind. And I give myself permission to be exactly who I am. Relatable stuff. So this is the trip. This falls back in. This is my ADHD talking right now. Is that this falls back into how do you practice thinking? I teach that in module 3, module 3, and module 5 of Beyond Sober. Practice thinking is thinking with intent. It's literally generating thoughts on purpose instead of assuming the thoughts that you're thinking are generated by you. Let's go into thoughts. First, I want to make this point, is the last phrase of the video that I put out today is, as soon as you start accepting yourself for who you are, you stop punishing yourself for who you're not. Tina, you're perfect. You don't have to change anything for us to love you at 100%. I don't take medication. I take meditation. You don't have to change a single thing for us to continue loving you at our great 100%. We love you exactly the way you are. We don't love you because you're quirky. We don't love you because you're funny. We don't love you because you do that. We don't love you because you have this, because you don't do that. We love you because of who the fuck you are. Period. Who you are, not what you do. Not what you're capable of. Not what you've achieved, not what you're achieving. Who the fuck you are is why we love you at our greatest capacity. That was a pause. At our greatest capacity. You can do all the weird human ADHD stuff, and we love you more because you're not attempting to escape it. You're embracing it. You're allowing yourself to be who you are. And in doing so, You are operating from a beautiful, energetic, progressive, and expansive state, which is sexy. That's gorgeous. That's beautiful. And it's that energetic state that we see and we want more of. That's why it doesn't matter if you're doing, what is that shit called? Urban Update. If that Suburban Update. Or you're putting makeup on and stuffing a turkey. It's you. We see you. We feel you. Ray, I see Ray. I feel Ray. I know Ray. Ray and I have sat in fucking restaurants and the whole restaurant completely disappeared simply because of the energy that we're exuding from our bodies. Literally, it's a whiteout. And the only thing that we could experience is what each other are saying. And that's because we put so much energy into ourselves and amplifying our state of being with happiness and peace and gratitude is the biggest one. With appreciation and respect and kindness and empathy and compassion and understanding and curiosity. These are the things that define us as greater than human. It make us feel like we're insanely expansive. It makes us seem like it's okay for us to be exactly who we are. Ray, you know this, bro. It was trippy, huh? We all experienced that shit. What are the chances that 3 people sitting in one space completely felt and saw the same shit? Like nobody, we're in a restaurant full of people and everyone disappeared because we're sitting here talking to each other and we're like, this is outer worldly shit. Did we just morph into the Sahara Desert, bro? Damn, and there's a burrito? Falafel. Like, what the... All because we're so in tune with each other and just sitting next to each other amplifies our physical and emotional vibrational state and we match on our frequency and we don't even have to say anything to have a full conversation. This is how powerful, for lack of a better word, sobriety is, man. When it feels like we're floating 100%, dude. You're elevating above yourself. You're experiencing yourself experiencing the experience. It's 3 levels deep, man. But that's what sobriety gives us an opportunity to do, is it gives us to attach to our highest version of ourselves. Your highest version isn't the one that's not drinking. Your highest version is the one that's helping you convince yourself that you don't need alcohol. Hi, friend. 2 months and 1 week. Fuck yeah. I'm going to say that again. Your highest self isn't another version of you. It's the version of you that's helping you realize that you don't need to continue drinking alcohol. It's the one that shows up here. The energy, the thought, the feeling that's keeping you here, that is making this space safe for you, is the best version of yourself going, this is good for us. You're allowed to be here, dude. We are happy. This is good. This is good for us. We could do this. We don't have to drink to be here. Your higher version is the version of you that's been experiencing you hurt yourself for so long. Every time you feel guilt and you feel shame and you're upset at your decisions, that's your higher self saying, it's okay. The only reason you feel like this is because you're better now. You've learned through that experience, and unfortunately that experience wasn't very fun. But the higher version of you is the one that helped you get through that and is now putting you in this cognitive state to go, we're ready for more. We're ready to do something new. Your higher self, the better, more powerful, more expansive, more productive, more creative, happier, enlightened, energetic version of you exists underneath that fucking pain, misery, and alcohol. They're there. Without them, you wouldn't be here. This is why when I speak, I don't speak to your problem. I don't speak to the alcohol. I don't speak to your symptoms. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. Your past doesn't matter unless you bring it into the present. All anxiety, all trauma, all anger, all embarrassment, all guilt, all shame, all discrepancies happen when we're not fucking here. When you are not here, Paulina, you know this. When you are not here right now, in this moment, thinking about the breeze, thinking about what you're hearing, what you're feeling, what you're seeing, what you're smelling, what you're recognizing, what you're sensing, all of that anguish and bullshit is when you forget that you're here. When that, the thought, the illusion of what happened is more important than you being alive right now, is more important than life itself. Eckhart Tolle. When the thought that you're having of the past or the future appears more important, than life itself. That's where our anxieties come from. Be in the moment. You are the fucking moment. Time doesn't exist. The moment isn't arriving. Time is passing through us. You understand this? We're not moving in through time. You're so inspiring. Thank you. We're not moving through time. Time is moving through us. In 3 seconds, it's going to be right now. There it is. Now it's going. How? I didn't go anywhere. So where did time come from? How did that fucking happen? It's passing through us. We are here, always right here. And time is passing through us. We just see it on a linear plane just so we can comprehend it. It's not even real. But when we realize that we're right here and what we do right now changes that moment that arrives, then we actually can get excited about what the future looks like. Because if all of the thoughts that we have today, if 90% of the thoughts that we have today are the same as yesterday, then what does that say about tomorrow? Trisha, what does it say about tomorrow? Right? We can predict. It's an emotional predictability. We should just be anxious right now because tomorrow's going to suck. We're thinking about something that isn't even fucking real. You have no proof. There is absolutely no proof that tomorrow's going to suck. You've assumed that it is, and you found reasons why it must be true based on the past. Well, the past isn't real. But where are you right now? You are prioritizing the past over your own fucking life. You are right here. I don't care if you're eating chips right now, if you're on the toilet, if your feet are hanging over the edge of a pool, if you're standing on the edge of a cliff right now, you are right fucking here. You have everything you need. Everything you need. There's nothing else that you need to be any happier. Happiness is not something that happens to you. Happiness is something you give yourself permission to feel. You've done enough, dude. All that pain? You don't think that was enough? You don't think you deserve happiness? I can't award you fucking happiness. That's either something that you practice giving yourself permission to feel, or it's never going to show up. It doesn't show up. Nothing is showing up. I can't make you feel anything. Your husband can't make you feel anything. The government can't make you feel anything. It is entirely up to you how you want to feel. That doesn't mean it's not difficult. It just means that if we continue looking outside, in the past and in the future, both don't exist, then we're not prioritizing life as it is right now. The only reason life exists is because you do. If you cease to exist, which is impossible, life would cease to exist. But life is continuing on because you are. You are the happiness that you're seeking. You are the solution. The solution doesn't show up. You just realize that it was you the whole fucking time. So if we don't practice finding reasons why we're the answer, then we're always going to look for reasons outside ourselves and call that the problem. In the same way that what's-his-face showed up and said, "You're annoying, talk about something else." That's because he practices finding reasons why the annoyance is outside his own mind. He looks at me and goes, "I'm annoyed because of you. It's your fault why I'm annoyed." The interesting part about that is it's your fault why you're annoyed. I have nothing to do with your annoyances. I have nothing to do with your happiness. I have nothing to do with your success or your abundance or your peace. I may be a symbol. Bashar calls it a permission slip. You seeing my stupid Pauly Shore face may remind you that you're allowed to be happy for no reason. But if you don't practice finding reasons why you have permission with or without me, then you're always going to look for something that never shows up. And here's what's more interesting, and this is where it gets backwards, is because we think we have to earn our happiness, we need to earn our success, which are both a fucking feeling. You look like the step up. They're both a feeling. Success isn't a thing. You can't touch success. Where is the success in this? Success, is the success when I open this? Is that success? Wait, technically it is. Is it because I closed it? Or I successfully closed it? Is it success because I'm thinking about drinking this mango juice? Yeah. Is it success because I start? Or am I successful when I finish it? Am I successful because I'm holding it? All of these things are success. It's just we go like, no, when you drink your drink, then you could feel success. Bitch, I'm successful and I'm drinking. Not successful because I'm drinking. I'm not waiting to feel successful when I'm done with this. Bitch, I'm drinking. I'm in the middle of my success. You know how much success had to happen for me to get here? Everything that's ever happened to me has led me to make this one decision that I want a sip of mango juice. Success, bitch. Nothing is stopping me from feeling successful. Nothing. You can't take it from me, and I can't give it to you. I can't give you my happiness, but you could hand me yours. The moment we start going, I've survived my whole life successfully, then we start to feel like we've achieved something. You've achieved already the opportunity for tomorrow. You've achieved the ability to be happy. Oh shit, what the fuck's wrong? Thank you so much, man. You've achieved. You've already learned everything that you need. Why do we look for all these reasons to like practically and analytically define why we're not allowed to swing that tool of happiness, man? We look at the pain and we look at the anguish and the punishment that we give to ourselves and how we feel like we're being punished by others and go like, if it hasn't shown up, I don't deserve it. If beating ourselves up worked, it would have worked already. What the fuck's wrong with you? Yeah, hit my website, dude. Hit the link in my bio, dude, and hit apply if you want to chat it up. I also chat with everybody that goes through week 1 and week 2 of the Beyond Sober program. So if you guys are even remotely interested in chatting with me, I'd rather you just unlock the program, put in a couple weeks of watching some videos, do some homework, and you could chat with me 3 times. Or I could overcharge you for an hour of my time because I drop bombs in value. So I appreciate your work. Thank you so much. And that's the thing, man. You've done enough. You are enough, and you have enough. There's nothing else that you need to do that is going to make you more worthy of the everything that you already deserve. Whoa, homework? I'm not aligned at work. You don't have to do the homework. It's just homework for you to, it's for yourself. The homework that I have is just 20 questions, man. You've never been asked these questions before. And so once you ask yourself those questions, you start to recognize your transformation. You start to realize where your hangups are, and you go, shit, if you've never been asked this question, then how well do you actually know yourself? I'm 4 days sober thanks to you. Holy shit! You and I are the same amount of sober. I, too, am 100% sober. How dope, dude? That's badass. You did it. You fucking did it. You did it. Today is the last day. Like, the tiny remnants of alcohol. 10 months? Dude, we're all equally sober. Sober is 100%, dude. You're sober. You can't get more sober than sober. You could actually be so sober you're not sober anymore. Not sober doesn't mean you're intoxicated. It means that you don't even drink alcohol. You can't be sober from something you don't consume. That's what sober, not sober means. That's what my username Beyond Sober is to work so far through your sobriety you're not even sober anymore. Thank you so much for the subscriptions and the love and the likes and all that shit. 22,000 likes. I really did. I am just here for you. I'm not doing it for any other reason. I'm not trying to do any of this stuff. Thank you for loving me the way that you do. Thank you for expressing your gratitude for me in the ways that you do. It's why I continue showing up. Oh shit, Jess in the building. What's up, girl? I'm so stoked to see you. Hey, you see all the fuego just flying through here? Jess, dude, she is so amazing, and I'm so glad that she finally let my content kick her ass, because I was in her live last night and she's like, this guy, I knew once I started watching his stuff, he was going to say some shit that was just going to warp my perspective. And it's true. And Jess, what you were referring to last night was 4 days, and that's what we've been talking about. And you can't lose sobriety, dude. This is what the concept sober not sober is. Jess, I'm actively, dude, look at this shit. You think I'm playing around, dude? This is a whole nother program. You think I'm fucking around? These are all key points and shit. Like, this is no fucking, this is a whole program. This is the second program to Beyond Sober. Like, this shit's no fucking joke. So the point is that this next sobriety program is called Unlabeled or Labelless. And it's because we're not trying to define ourselves by the concept of sober. Sober, Jess, means you would like to consume, but you're not. Right? Or you prefer to be under the influence, wouldn't mind it. If someone offered it to you, you would probably say yes, but you're actively practicing saying no. That is active sobriety, right? That's awesome. You're sober. Fuck yeah. You would like to do this, but you're not. You're sober as shit. But then there comes a point when sobriety isn't even a fucking thing, where you're so sober, you can't be sober from something that you don't consume. That's not a problem. That you don't say no to alcohol. You don't say no to that substance anymore because you're constantly saying yes to all this other shit. I actually don't want to drink today. That's amazing. So just in this concept, we go, saying no to alcohol isn't saying yes to mango juice. But every time you say yes to mango juice, you are saying no to alcohol. This is where we begin the transformation and extend upon that transformational process where we break all physical, mango juice is so good, dude, where we break the neurological, physiological, and biological conditioning, firing and wiring of addictive behavior, addictive thoughts, and toxic patterns. When you evolve so far through your sobriety that you're literally not the same person anymore. You don't think the same, you don't feel the same, you don't act the same. And every 7 years, all the cells in your body are completely different. As you work so far through recovery, which is provided by your active state of sobriety, you become so sober, you're not sober anymore. To call yourself sober would be to call yourself an alcoholic. To say you're sober, it would be to say that you're still struggling. But when you don't struggle, and you don't choose or even consider prioritizing pain over purpose, alcohol over peace, then you get to live in bask in your achievement of not being sober. You're alive, Jess. It's not about being sober. You're not sober. You're alive. It's at that point when we recognize that we are alive. We're not just not drinking. We're not just not consuming. We are fucking live, dude. It's recognizing that we're allowed to be happy for no reason. That we are the peace that we've been seeking. We are exactly who we've been working towards. We are who we needed when we were struggling. That's what recovery is. Our time between drinks is not how we heal. Time heals nothing. We like to think that, and then we like to put pressure on us. Just go longer. Just go longer. What are you talking about? Time does not fix anything. Time, especially if we haven't practiced patience or even understand what that is, then all we're doing is waiting for a relapse. We're waiting for a trigger. We're waiting for something to help us prioritize the illusion of peace over life itself. When you are alive, beyond sober, when you express yourself in the deepest of your capacity, when you literally feel fuck-wittingly unstoppable, when literally you're just like, nothing can challenge me and make me even consider all this shit. You're not just living, dude. You are a fucking live. That's what Beyond Sober is, and that's what the Unlabeled program is all about. Beyond Sober opens with radical acceptance, and just radical acceptance is accepting things for what they are instead of punishing yourself for what they're not, which is also, I love you, which is also the last phrase of the video that I just put out today. When we can accept ourselves for who we are, where we are, as we are, we stop punishing ourselves for who we're not, where we're not, and what we're not. That's the intro to Beyond Sober. The intro to Unlabeled is triggers and mindfulness. How do we accept a trigger as a learning curve and capitalize on that emotional state and practice mindfulness? Allow that trigger to bring us back into the moment, back into where we are, instead of away into the illusion of where the trigger isn't. We embrace these concepts. Jess, I've been watching your story. I know where your triggers are, dude. Like, I don't know you, but I know what is perturbing you. I know what's getting your attention, and I know how frustrating those fucking things are, and I know the energetic standpoint, and I know the emotion behind the drive, and I see these actual fucking neurons firing in your brain, and I see what's important to you. I see where your attention's going, and I feel the depths of that shit. We can capitalize on all of those emotional responses and energetically realign them to work on our behalf and actually create peace. Not just create peace, but remind us how much peace that we are. We're not seeking peace. We're allowing ourselves to feel what is us. That is mindfulness. That's awareness. That's absolute. That is peace. That's happiness, man. We don't find ourselves in circumstances that we may potentially need to escape because of our energetic boundaries. Our emotional repercussions of shitty decisions of the past are no longer something that we battle, because the person and the force, you are peace. You are peace. I am love. Yes, my ladies, exactly. Love is not something that happens to you. Love is something that you are. Happiness and peace is not something that happens to you. It's not something that arrives. It is not something that's showing the fuck up. Happiness is not just not bullshit. Happiness is not just not feeling bad. Happiness is you. And we reach that state. We don't reach it. We recognize that state when we prioritize the fact that we're allowed to feel it. It is us. We're not seeking something outside of us. Even if we're seeking a substance, all we're trying to do is tap into something that is us. And we can be exactly that without the illusion. We are what the fuck is wrong with ourselves, which sounds messed up. But there's nothing wrong with us, but there is a problem with the way we see ourselves.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I know you don't know how to respond to that, Siri. We are not what is wrong. But the way we're looking at ourselves is the problem. When we shift our perspectives, all of our perspectives shift. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. And that includes our sobriety. That includes our mental health. That includes our physicality. This is where the inevitable identity crisis comes in. Trisha, that's actually why I said alcohol provides us a personality. It's easier to just drink something and step into the illusion of a personality that you prefer than it is to do the actual energetic fucking work and become that thing that you've been seeking. You're seeking a personality, you think alcohol, you think those substances are providing you something that you can't provide yourself? False reality. 100%. That false reality is beautiful, but that reality is simply a tool for us to reach towards. We're not supposed to go jump into the illusion of something that we are. That's what I'm saying. If you didn't exist, that illusion couldn't be there. Alcohol and substances don't make us feel anything. They amplify our awareness to what we prefer. Most of the time, what we prefer is less of what we don't want. Jessica, mostly what we prefer is less of what we don't want. When we shift energetically through time and practice into a person, into an energetic force, into a state of being that does not need to escape the shit, then we are constantly in an energetic force that repels the things we don't want. This is where people excuse themselves. People leave you the fuck alone. Nobody would dare try and get in your life and bring up old shit. Nobody would dare reach out to you. Nobody would possibly imagine bringing shit to your fucking table. They just wouldn't, because you are no longer compatible. They recognize that from an energetic standpoint. They know that they bring no value to the amount of fucking astronomical force that is you. They exclude themselves. This is the most beautiful part about taking care of ourselves and raising our energetic state, is people know exactly where you are and they know exactly where you're not. And the people that you attract, just like me, that see you, that feel you, that understand you, that recognize you, you attract more of us. You attract people that go like, no, she is a super fucking force, dude. She's been through the depths of hell. She's been there, done that. She's been to jail. She's done them drugs. She drank them drinks. She's been through the shit. That's why she's learned all of the tools, all of the attributes. She knows how fucking painful life is, which is this same, we're going to say, contrasting or polarizing aspect of how much peace and happiness is inside you. You felt the pain. Now it's time for peace. The amount of anguish that you gave yourself permission to struggle through is equal or less than the amount of pain and beauty that you are. But we have to practice. We need the resources. We need the tools. We need the perspectives. We need the concepts, man. If we don't practice shifting the way we think, then the way we think continues shifting the way we feel about everything. Turn that pain into purpose, 100%. That's the transmutation of energy. Is we're taking that pain, we're taking that anguish, we are taking that experience, we're taking that turmoil, that energetic force that made us just dig an even deeper hole. We're taking the strength that we used to struggle for so long and we're transmuting it into purpose. The same exact amount of energy that we use to feel like shit is the exact same amount of energy that we could use in a peaceful state. This is gold. If you've learned how to struggle, and you've learned how to survive, and you've learned how to fucking deal with it, then can you only imagine how powerful you are when you don't need to use those forces? When the same struggles, when the tools that you develop at your worst. Can you please explain your channel so I'm not wasting my time? Health, happiness, peace, sobriety, love, kindness, light, expansiveness, creativity, polyshore, whatever the fuck. My channel is whatever you want it to be. Like, some people show up to talk shit, other people show up to inspire themselves. I'm not inspiring. You allow yourself to be inspired. You choose inspiration when you're here. I asked so much before. 3 months sober, feeling great, hoping it's not that pink cloud feeling. You know if it's pink cloud. So the pink cloud, if anybody's been struggling with their sobriety, pink cloud, this is the phrase. You ask yourself really easy. I feel so good, good enough to drink. Do you feel like that? Do you feel like that? Has anyone ever been in that space? I personally didn't reach the pink cloud because I had 10% on my phone. I didn't reach the pink cloud because I had to accept the fact that if I drink, I'll die. I have stage 4 cirrhosis. Alcohol already killed me once. So alcohol is not a part of my life. Never will be. Not interested. Don't give a shit. Doesn't matter. So I didn't reach a state of healing where I was like, you know what, I want to drink. I could totally drink right now. I never had that option. And I'm not upset at that at all. So my question to you is, do you feel so good enough to drink? Because here's how much sober time. I'm not sober. I'm trying to offer you money for help. You just want to know if that's possible or not. Yeah, bro, I answered that question 3 times. Hit the link in my bio. Go to the menu. Hit apply. You can drop that dough, bro. And I also said that everybody that goes through the first 2 modules of the Beyond Sober program get to meet with me for free. Dude, I'm not out here just trying to take dough, but I do have systems to run. I do have fucking, like, so much shit. I spend thousands of dollars a month just to make sure the websites and the systems and the processes are working. Everyone goes like, I don't have $20. That's fucking fine, right? That is fine. But if you want my time, you want my energy, you're pulling resources away from people that could actually use them. So I do have private clients. I do have people I work one-on-one with. If you want to just waste some dough on something that I've already pre-recorded for you, then I'll charge you for an hour of my time if that's what you want. But my point is that everything that I'm going to say to you, I've already pre-recorded and put into a program. There's nothing I'm going to tell you that I haven't said to hundreds of thousands of other people. 100%. Like, this is what it is. So if you're interested, money isn't an issue. I just need to know. Dude, if you want to spend dough, I'm not going to say no. Like, I'm more than happy to chat with you, man. But I'm not going to just, like, bend and go like, oh, here's my calendar link. Dude, you got to go through the process. If you're willing to say these comments and get my attention, then I'm expecting to see your name on my calendar, right? And the way you get to my calendar is by clicking the link in my bio or going to beyondsober.org and then hit apply. And then at the bottom, you have a form, and then that will put you on my calendar. But that's how we do it. That's how I do it with every single person. Do your own research, 100%. Can they email you their questions? 100%. So when you click the link in my bio, you're going to see this pop up, and it will tell you everything about me. Very simple, to the point, and then it has this message box. So I receive hundreds of messages, and so I'm here every single day responding to the ones that really need my attention. I'm either recording you a personal video, I'm sending you a text message, or I'm responding to an email. So if you want to ask me something specific, just click that link in my bio, drop your email address, and then ask me that question. And as soon as I got a few minutes, today is my day off, apparently, because someone rescheduled, I will respond to you, and then we can connect with all that stuff. And that's for anybody, dude. It's not just to, like, get in contact. If you just want to stay in contact with me, I've got a new program coming out. Everybody that decides to jump into the Beyond Sober, Trisha, this is for you. Everybody that decides to jump into Beyond Sober before this program is ready to go, automatically gets unlimited and free access to the new program as a thank you for investing in yourself. So I say this to anybody that's even remotely interested in the new program, which is going to be more expensive than the one that it is right now, way more than $20. Then drop your information, dude. Jump into Beyond Sober, because I'm just going to automatically unlock the new program as a thank you for you and taking care of yourself. Beautiful stuff. I want to see you in. I want you to have access, but I also need to make sure that I can afford to help you. Like, that is the truth. I need to financially be able to support you. That's the only reason why there's any type of finances involved with what I offer. Plus, people don't take free information seriously, and here's why. Sobriety is free. Why are you still struggling? Sobriety is free. The less money you spend, the more sober you are. Sobriety is free. Everything you need, do nothing. The less you do, the more sober you are. Sobriety is free, but why is it so difficult for us to do this? That's why I put 24 years of my experience and 20,000 hours of my personal coaching experience into one place. So you don't have to hire a therapist, wait for a call. You don't have to be told to go to AA. You don't have to be prescribed a fucking medication. You don't have to do a whole bunch of shit that's completely irrelevant to who you are, where you're going. You just jump into the program, follow some basic instructions, do some homework, and enjoy a fucking life you love to live. That's Beyond Sober, and that's the Unlabeled Sobriety Program as well. I just don't want to lose my family or my life. I get you, man. So remember this, dude. You are the life, and it is not what you fix, it's what you do. You are allowed to live with all the bullshit, all the trauma, all the anguish, all the fucking anxiety. You can live with all that shit. But what you do today determines what tomorrow looks like. What we're doing right now is preparing us for tomorrow. 100%. You're feeling new feelings. You're thinking new thoughts. You're expressing new things. You are you plus this information, which means you are different. You are not energetically, neurologically the same person simply because you choose to remain here. What the good news is with that is everything that you're imbibing and allowing in your life is preparing you to be more ready tomorrow. You are literally programming your conscious and subconscious with tools and attributes and aspects that are energetically inclined and designed to help you live a better fucking life, man. These are facts. This is why we keep showing up, and that's why the programs do as well as they do. That gives us something to look forward to, man. So if you're here and you're like, I don't want to lose my family and I don't want to lose my life, then just know that you being here is already prioritizing them. The fact that you're even remotely interested in connecting, that you choose to remain here, is the reason why you're not going to lose your life and you're not going to lose your family. But desperate thoughts do get desperate results. And so this is why shifting our energy, shifting our perspectives, shifting the way we look at things drastically change the way we move through life. If you need something, you obtain it differently than when you want something. When you feel like you're owed something is different than when you know you deserve it. When you feel like something is coming to you is different than when you realize you already have it. Shifting these perspectives. Trisha, you know this. Mama of Wolves? It's not enough. When you shift these perspectives, the entire world changes and starts to work on your behalf. You start to recognize that all these things are unfolding and working for you instead of feeling like the world is working against you. That's why we do what we do. That's the point of Beyond Sober. I want to connect. I just feel that you have thousands of clients. So how can you help everyone? I don't have thousands of clients. I have a very select few. I don't offer my time or my coaching to anyone. Like this, you jump on my calendar, dude, and you and I vibe well, and I know for a fact that I can get you results based on our conversation, then I'll offer you an opportunity to work with me. But if you just go like, I'm not even worth your calendar and I'm assuming that you have no time, then I have no time. Here's the two things that I do all day long. Two things is convincing people that I'm not a fucking robot. Everyone thinks that all my emails and my text messages and my responses here on TikTok are robots. Like I personally don't have the manpower to respond to my own messages. So people will stop responding to me simply because I responded to them. They think it's not real. They find reasons why there's no possible way that this guy could possibly be the one responding to me. So they talk themselves out of getting the support that they really need. And then the other thing that I'm doing is giving people everything that they need and them doing nothing with the information. So I am energetically, specifically going out, constantly creating information, constantly providing opportunities, and constantly attempting to convince people that they fucking matter, and then them choosing not to do anything with it. That doesn't stop me from taking care of me, and it definitely doesn't stop me from showing up. But then there are those few people out of the thousands of people that want an answer, that actually do something with that information, and either they get on my calendar, they join a program, or they look at the free resources that I've created over the many, many, many years that I've been doing this, and they figure it out on their own. It doesn't matter to me. The only thing that I care about is that you take care of you. Does it work with codependency? Absolutely. You can be codependent on a subject, a substance, codependent on a person, codependent on a thing. Beyond Sober and the Unlabeled Sobriety Program is about toxicity. It's about our relation from our mind to a thing, to a person, to a place. The results are yours to achieve. All you have to do is apply these concepts in a practical way based on who you are and where you're at, right? That's why having 12 steps is absolute fucking bullshit. They don't apply to you, and they're not important. But if you have a holistic approach, which is, here's the tool, you swing it in the way that's most perfect for your wrist. Here's the tool, you swing it. Then what happens is you get the results because you're in a safe space to learn how to swing that hammer. You might do it like this and you go, ow, fucking thumb, right? Or you might learn that you can flip it upside down and do it like this and slam that nail into the thing and then flip it over and do it, and you're not injured at all. But the point is if I say the only way to do it is to do it like this, then you're fucked. I'm setting you up for failure. Because if you don't do it like this, then you're not only going to beat yourself up, but you're going to feel beat up by the solution that I created. Mama of Wolves. The only way to do it is your way. And so we're here to support you as you figure it out in your own terms, on your own time, in your own way. Your success is yours. We have just provided the tools, the resources, the community, and the support for you to fucking jump off the roof and land in a pile of boxes or fucking McDonald's little balls. Doesn't matter. The point is that you're safe. Whichever way you want to flip off the roof, you're going to land successfully. That's how BZ Fierce did what she did. It does what she does. But we also want to practice doing all those things on our own terms, because whether we like it or not, even in a community, we're all on our own. We're all doing it in our own way, on our own terms. Paulina, you got your own results on your own terms, at your own speed, in your own way, with your own thoughts and your own feelings. We are all on our own, but we're on our own together. That wasn't fucking difficult to say. Fuck. Where's my reward? Here it is. With that said, I think I'm dying inside. I think I'm bleeding inside my chest. My phone's about to die, and I just want to leave you guys hanging. With that said, if we haven't connected already and you guys would like to maintain connection with me off of TikTok, man, I'm not a fucking robot. You can respond to any of my messages. You're allowed to contact me, man. If you guys want to meet up, you want to connect, you want to do coaching, or you just want to take a look at the program or have access to all my resources, hundreds of articles, thousands of fucking videos, all of that stuff. I send all of those links over to you guys simply by sharing your email with me. And soon I'll be doing some like video responses to everybody. There's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of amazing people that I get a chance to work with and support every single day. And if we haven't connected, I would love to continue supporting you when I can, as I can, with what I can, with what I have. What's mine is yours. What's yours is ours, right? What's mine is yours. What's yours is ours. I love you guys. Please do me a favor and continue taking care of you. And I'm going to put some more content out. And thank you for being exactly who you are. I literally would not be who I am to you if you weren't exactly who you are. And I love you so much. With that said, we'll chat soon. Ray Dog, I see you, bro. Be safe. Enjoy the rain, enjoy the weather, and enjoy your mind. Maybe.